Jeremy Brand here with Patrick Wirt of Corbel Studios or Corbel 3D. Thanks for having me in today, man.
It's nice to see you.
You as well. So just tell our fans and viewers here what I'm doing here.
We are here to create a 3D printed personalized figurine exactly in your image.
Scary out there.
We have some revolutionary technology here, so we can capture you in 3D using 96 DSLR cameras and then render you into a 3D image and print it off using one of the most advanced 3D printers on the market.
That's amazing. It's going back and seeing what's in the back and what I'm about to get into. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Just sort of explain the background of this. Like, where does the 3D printing come from? How did you guys get into it, and how long has this studio been in Vancouver?
So 3D printing has been around for actually ages. It initially started in the 1980s, but recently is when it started to really pick up its momentum and its capabilities of what it can do. Within the past couple of years, they found out that they can print in 3D, and they can capture all sorts of contours and angles that they were never able to do before. So we've taken that technology to do all sorts of different things from it. We started with doing architectural modeling back in Edmonton. So we did some architectural modeling, some prototyping. But then we found a new way to really capture this technology, and it's by capturing a person. Using photogrammetry scanning, we can capture every detail and create something that's just never been done before, first time in Canada.
That's amazing. And you guys, you're based out in Vancouver. We're right here, right on the Fraser River down at East Kent. How long has this studio been open, and what's sort of the process of it? Like, how many people can you see in a day? How long does it take for the whole session to happen? Just explain those details.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been here since May. The entire process for doing a 3D print, it doesn't take very long at all. At least the scanning doesn't. When you come in for a scan, it takes only about 15 minutes. 15 minutes to capture all the different angles that we need. The capture process is actually very fast. It's only 1 or 2 seconds to capture it, but we'll do a couple different shots with you and figure out which ones you like the best. From then, we'll send you on your way, and then we get to work. We do a little bit of digital modeling. So once we get that scan out of the 3D scanner, we have to do a little bit of cleanup because some places don't get captured, like underneath the arm or places where the cameras can't see. So we do a little bit of touch-ups in those areas. Once we have a perfected scan, which takes about 6 hours in modeling, we can send it to our 3D printer. Now, the 3D printer will do all of the work for us, including coloring, layering, and everything is done using this 3D printer. And that takes about 4 or 5 hours, depending on the size of the model.
So the turnaround for someone to come in and get scanned is basically a couple days.
Yeah, about 48 to 72 hours, so not very long at all to get your own personalized figurines.
That's pretty cool. Now, as you can see behind me here, there are some figurines. I see yourself right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've got the wedding photo here or scan. We've got a couple here. Just talk about that. People can come in not just as themselves, but actually as families and couples and whatnot. What's the difference between coming in, say, as a couple than as a single person?
Well, with couples, I mean, it's amazing. It's a great, family photo. Or, these are two sisters. Actually, let me just pull it out here so you can see better. But yeah, it's a brand new way to revolutionize the way that we capture our families and our loved ones. So we can see that just the detail here is just unreal. When we come in as two people, what we typically do to get the detail required, we scan you guys separately, and then we do a little bit of digital modeling to put them together. If you scan with a dog or a cat or a pet, you can usually scan with them, holding them in the arms.
Now, my wife, before I came in here, called me quite narcissistic for wanting to get myself printed. Do you hear this from wives and husbands of people wanting to come in and get themselves scanned?
I usually, when I get that question, I liken it to the digital camera. Do you feel narcissistic when you get a picture? Yes. Amount of selfies out there, yes.
Exactly.
It's a little bit, but it's really not much different. It's just a new way to capture yourself. And digital camera happened ages ago. Now we're taking it a step further.
Exactly. Now, one question that I had for you today when I came in was, I noticed on the website you said the best way to get digitally printed, obviously, is to do it with you in here, in the system and whatnot. What about loved ones that have passed on? Is there a way to do it so that, say, you had an awesome photo of, say, a grandparent or a father or a family figure? Could that get done? Because I did see in the back that you did do the moon from a NASA scan online.
Theoretically, it is possible. It would take a significant amount of digital modeling to actually be able to do that. We'd actually have to essentially reconstruct the person. Not to say that hasn't been done, but the detail that you would get would not be anywhere close than what we get from the photogrammetry scanning. I mean, sure, the one angle that we captured from the one image would be decent, but we'd have to essentially make up the rest of the person.
Yeah.
So
You don't necessarily do it.
we unfortunately don't do it. No, it's yeah.
Now you have this 3D seat behind us here. Just talk about, it's obviously a big project that you told me about in the back. I can't shoot the actual project you're doing, but we can show you guys this seat that you have here if you want to talk to us about that project.
So what this is a pilot seat here for a Sikorsky helicopter. I gotta say it right. What we're doing is we're creating a scale interior of their helicopter. So I mean, you can see the size of this thing. It's going to be pretty large when it's all said and done. But it just goes to show what we can do with this 3D printing technology. There's lots of personal uses to it, but from architectural designs and scale models, you can't get detail like this by handcrafting, as well as durability too. It's much more durable than handcrafting, and you're getting precise measurements as well when it comes out. Every single time it's going to be the same every time we print this part.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than some Lego pieces.
Exactly. So
What are some other big you have on the go, or is there other stuff that you guys are currently working on as we speak?
we've just finished a large architectural model recently. It was the model was about this by this, whatever that translates to in measurements. But
Exactly.
it was a large architectural model, but I mean, it's a great way for architects to take their concept model and sell it to their clients. So they can show exactly what they can create, their ideas, their concept, and sell it and win that contract. And we help them with the tools to do that.
So basically, you're saying that there are endless possibilities with this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've 3D printed mountains. We've 3D printed the moon. Like literally, the sky is the limit with our technology.